What is it that makes our hearts melt at the sight of a puppy? Is it the floppy ears, the big round eyes, or the joyful little hops that mimic a child's play? Or is it something deeper, something ancient, something written in the code of our shared history? In this cinematic journey, we set out not just to rank the 10 cutest dog breeds in the world, but to understand why these animals enchant us, comfort us, and walk silently into the chambers of our hearts. Over 15,000 years ago, a pact was forged between man and beast. The wild wolves that once stalked the edges of human camps began to linger closer, for warmth, for food, for a chance to survive. Those who showed less fear, who looked just a little more like a pup, were welcomed. And in return, they watched over our children, herded our livestock, and stood guard through dark nights. From these primitive beginnings, something extraordinary happened. Dogs evolved to read our expressions, mimic our emotions, and speak to us without words. Scientists call it Kinchin schema, baby schema. It's why large eyes, round heads, and tiny noses trigger a caretaking instinct in our brains. It's the same reason we're drawn to human infants. Dogs, especially puppies, have evolved to hijack this instinct perfectly. Some breeds, more than others, are masterful at tapping into our deepest emotional responses. This isn't just emotional, it's chemical. Studies show that when we gaze into a dog's eyes, both human and dog experience a spike in oxytocin, the same hormone that bonds mothers to their babies. Across the globe, cultures vary, languages, beliefs, rituals, but one thing remains constant: the smile a dog brings. In Japan, in Brazil, in the bustling cities of India, and the quiet towns of Europe, everywhere, the sight of a dog evokes the same gentle warmth. Cuteness connects. But which breeds rise above the rest in sheer heart-melting charm? Which dogs make even the grumpiest hearts soften? In the next chapters, we begin our countdown, based not just on looks, but on spirit, story, and soul. 10 breeds, countless moments of joy. Let the journey begin. In Chapter 2, we unveiled the first 3 contenders in our list of the world's cutest dog breeds, each with a story that proves cute goes far deeper than skin. In the vast family of dogs, every breed carries a legacy, a reason it was shaped, bred, and loved. But today we look through a softer lens, one of warmth, wonder, and unexplainable charm. And so begins our journey into the 10 cutest dog breeds in the world, not just by appearance, but by the emotions they awaken in us. Number 10. The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, royal by name and noble by heart. The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is less a dog and more a living doll, gentle, graceful, with eyes that seem to carry centuries of affection. In the 17th century, they graced the laps of British royalty, painted into portraits adored for their beauty. But today, their elegance is surpassed only by their loyalty. They don't bark much, they don't boast, but when they curl beside you, it feels like poetry written in fur. Their ears flow like silk, their gaze is eternal, and in their silence lies 1,000 unspoken feelings. A true companion for those who seek tenderness in a noisy world. Number 9. The Samoyed. Imagine a cloud that smiles. Now give it 4 legs, a tail, and a heart bursting with love. That's the Samoyed. With their pure white coats and perpetual Sammy smile, these dogs look like winter spirits sent from the Arctic to brighten human lives. Originally bred by the nomadic Samoyed people of Siberia, they pulled sleds, herded reindeer, and slept beside families to keep them warm in sub-zero nights. They didn't just survive the cold, they made it beautiful. Despite their strength, they exude softness, playful, affectionate, and expressive. One look and you understand why they've captured hearts across continents. Their coat may be thick, but their spirit is light, always dancing, always smiling, always reminding us that purity still exists. Number. The Shih Tzu, bred for emperors, made for cuddles. The Shih Tzu is a little lion with the heart of a lapdog. In the ancient palaces of China, they walked beside royals as living treasures. But despite their aristocratic past, they carry no ego, only endless sweetness. With their wide-set eyes, button noses, and flowing coats, they resemble living plush toys. But what makes them truly cute is their personality. Confident without arrogance, playful without chaos, affectionate without neediness. When they tilt their head at you, it's as if they understand every word. And maybe they do. Because their true charm lies not in their beauty, but in their ability to connect. Small enough to hold in your arms, big enough to fill your heart. The Shih Tzu is love, elegance, and joy, wrapped in fur. Number 7. The French Bulldog. They don't run fast. They don't bark much. They don't need big spaces. And yet, French Bulldogs have taken over cities and hearts around the world. With their bat-like ears, smooshed little faces, and compact muscular bodies, they seem like cartoon characters come to life. They don't try to be cute. They simply are. Every snort, every sleepy sigh, every curious head tilt, it's effortless, magic. They are the clowns of the dog world, but beneath the humor is a heart full of loyalty. They bond deeply, love quietly, and sit beside you like they've always belonged there. In crowded apartments or quiet cafes, the Frenchie brings a stillness and a smile. Number 6. The Cocker Spaniel. Soft curls, velvet ears, eyes that seem painted with emotion. The Cocker Spaniel is a portrait of innocence, brought to life. Bred to flush birds from thick brush, they once danced through fields with noble hunters. Today they dance through homes, with the same grace, but a gentler mission: to love. There's something profoundly human in their gaze, as if they understand, as if they truly feel what you do. They are emotional, sensitive, and fiercely loyal. They'll follow you from room to room, not because they're clingy, but because to them, you are their world. When they rest their chin on your lap, time seems to pause, and all that remains is warmth. Number 5. The Toy Poodle. Elegance, intelligence, and adorableness, all wrapped into one tiny curly bundle. The toy poodle is more than just a pretty face. Often misunderstood as fragile or showy, this breed is anything but. They are sharp, alert, and incredibly in tune with human emotion. They can be trained to dance, to help, to soothe. But even without tricks, they have a natural charm, a sparkle in the eyes, a bounce in every step. What makes them so irresistibly cute isn't just the way they look, but the way they love, unconditionally, enthusiastically, without reserve. To hold a toy poodle is to hold a tiny piece of joy, light enough to lift with one hand, yet strong enough to lift a heavy day. Number. For the Golden Retriever puppy. Few sights are more universally beloved than a Golden Retriever puppy. The soft sandy coat, the floppy ears, the goofy grin, the paws too big for their body. But cuteness here isn't just surface deep, it's in their nature, their eagerness to please, their trust in the world, their unwavering kindness. They don't just wag their tails, they wag their whole hearts. As they grow, their beauty matures, but their puppy-like spirit remains. A golden doesn't just walk beside you, it walks with your emotions, lifting, echoing, healing. They are joy in golden form, and in that joy we remember how good life can be. Number 3. The Pomeranian. Small enough to fit in your arms, big enough to fill a stadium with personality. The Pomeranian is like a firecracker wrapped in fluff. Every step is a strut, every bark a declaration, every look a challenge and a cuddle all at once. Their thick coat, curious eyes, and feather duster tail make them look like plush toys. But beneath the fluff is a fiercely loyal, intelligent soul. They charm strangers, protect their humans, and carry themselves like royalty in miniature. Their confidence is contagious, their cuteness undeniable. To love a Pomeranian is to fall for energy itself, wild, pure, and unforgettable. Number 2. The Maltese, white as snow, soft as a sigh. The Maltese is gentleness made visible. For centuries, they've been companions to queens, poets, and artists, and it's easy to see why. There's a stillness about them, a quiet dignity, a grace in how they move and how they love. Their coat flows like silk, their eyes shimmer like water, and in their tiny frame lives a heart vast enough to hold yours. They don't demand attention, they attract it, not by noise but by presence, not by tricks but by tenderness. The Maltese reminds us, true beauty whispers. Number. The puppy of all breeds. And now, we come to number 1. But it isn't a breed. It's a moment, a phase, a fleeting miracle. Because the cutest dog in the world is every dog when it's a puppy. When eyes first open to the world. When wobbly legs take their first steps. When every sound is new, every scent is magic, and every human is a best friend waiting to be discovered. Puppies, no matter the breed, carry an innocence we've long forgotten. They trust us completely, love us without condition, and remind us what it's like to begin again. So the crown goes not to one name, but to every tiny tail wag, every soft whimper, every clumsy tumble, because the world's cutest dog is the one that makes you feel something real.